Welcome to another episode of FHP Football Home Podcast, and today is our World Cup preview special, seeing as the World Cup begins on Sunday. But first, we do have a big pressing issue to discuss, which has dominated headlines across football over the past few days, and that is the big Cristiano Ronaldo expose interview with Piers Morgan. He has exposed a lot about the club, a lot about his own feelings and everything that has happened over the last few months. It's been a difficult time for him. It's been an unhappy return to Manchester United this season. It just hasn't gone to plan for him, and he has spoken out about it in the media. And I think this is probably the end for one of football's greatest players at Manchester United. Warren, do you have any
Yeah,
thoughts?
definitely, definitely. I think all of this is stemming from, I think, frustration from Ronaldo. I mean, I'm not, I'm not gonna pretend as if I know what's happening in his life. I don't. There's probably a lot of stress professionally as a football player, in England, as well as his international Portugal, and then up top of that, personal problems with his family and his kids and stuff like that. So it's all of I think it's all a combination of stuff happening, and I think everything just snowballed, and he just probably just snapped and he had enough. And I mean, there's only so much one person can. From a human perspective, I can get where he's coming from. I just think he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
um, there's certain stuff that you just don't talk about. If you watch the footballers, even the managers in Premier League, UEFA, FA Cup, when they do they post match interviews or pre match interviews, they're very careful of what they say, who they talk about, who they name, and there's certain people that you just don't go for the jugular for, and that's the owners of the club, the managers, because that's the people that's basically controlling you at this point. Even though you are the star, you're basically a little puppet for them. If you can look at it that way. So yes, he's frustrated. This I get why he did the interview. I just feel like there's certain stuff he should have just not mentioned in the interview. And like you said, Harry, I think this is the end for Ronaldo at Manchester United, but it could also tarnish his future prospective placements in other clubs, because if I'm a club manager or club owner, I'm going to be very wary of signing somebody that's going to, you know, unleash like that, and
Yeah.
it's difficult, and it's like this. He's teetering on a very thin ice at the moment, and um, I just think that he went about it the wrong way. I get where he's coming from. He hasn't had the easiest start of the season with Manchester United. It wasn't like last season when he was scoring all these goals and he was the glory boy. I just think that he's just not happy, and we've said it from the beginning of the podcast episodes that Ronaldo and Ten Hag, obviously there isn't a friendly relationship over there, and it's snowballing. And I think he just had it. I think he had it. He snapped, and he just went for the jugular. But I think there's going to be a lot of consequences to his words and his actions over the last couple of days, and um, it's going to be interesting in the transfer window in January. What's going to happen with Ronaldo? I don't foresee him staying at United. I don't even foresee him playing any games before the transfer window again. And he has already dropped Portugal because he was sick. So I love Ronaldo as a player, but I just think that this side of him is going to do him more harm than good.
Andreas?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think this whole situation has just gotten way out of hand, much more than it needed to be. For me, it's just like you can argue that both parts are doing wrong stuff, but for me, it's just two sides that disagree. And for me, the only normal solution to that is that Ronaldo goes in January to another club. That's it. That's best for the team. That's best for his career, and that's it. So I think all of this is just getting way out of hand. Ronaldo saying stuff and reacting in a weird way, in my opinion. And on the other hand, I also, like with Roman said, I kind of get the whole thing of like Ronaldo is a person before he is a player. So I get that he don't want to be a puppet. He wants to be who he is. So I get both sides, but to me it's just way out of hand. And for me it's very simple. He just needs to go. That's best for him, and it's best for the club, and that's it. So I think with all of this, it's just way out of hand and not good for anyone. Like Ronaldo don't gain from this. It will be difficult for him finding a new club with all of this drama. United is not gaining from it because no matter how professional you are, it's hurting your locker room when stuff like this happens. So no one is gaining from this, and for me it's just that people just need to be grown up in this, and both sides need to say, okay, you need to go, and it's best for everyone. So yeah, for me that's the only natural solution.
Yeah, I can understand a lot of what he said makes sense, and it was very respectful in the way he said it. And as someone said in our group chat, it was kind of a lot of it was kind of Piers Morgan trying to put words in his mouth and trying to get him to say things, but at the same time, it wasn't really the best way to go about his frustrations. The thing is with Ronaldo, he's 37. He's not the same player he used to be. He can't expect to get the same amount of game time. He can't expect to be the star man anymore at a club like Manchester United, a club that's at the highest level because of his age, because he's not the same player he used to be. And that, as a result, then, and if you look at Manchester United, they're trying to rebuild the club and trying to build a club for the future. And so Ronaldo has to play a backseat role. And that possibly maybe should have been made clear to him at the start of the season. When Ten Hag came in, he should have sat down with Ronaldo and said, look, this is what I have planned. This is what's going to happen. You will play a backseat role. You will not be the star man because I am trying to rebuild this club going forward into the future. Because realistically, Ronaldo, even if this hadn't happened, he would have had maybe this season, maybe next season, a push. That would have been him done then. I think it's some of the comments that he kind of said. I think one of the big ones for me was the standout one was, I'm not going to play 3 minutes as a substitute. I'm not going to come on for 3 minutes. You do what the manager says. You have to just, you might not be happy with it, but you don't throw your toys out of the pram. If you're not happy with it, you just go on, you play your 3 minutes, go and talk to the manager afterwards and say, look, I'm unhappy with this. And you try and come to a solution. And if you're still not happy, then you try and look to move away in January, but you don't just leave the stadium. You don't refuse to come on as a substitute. And the thing is also, there is no way back from now because you can't talk about your employers like that. Even if it's just a regular job, if you talk about your employers in a media criticizing them, there's no way you can do that. And his behavior as well. Like, I mean, the timing of it is curious as well, because like there was the whole issue a few weeks ago with the Spurs game where he refused to come on, where he left the stadium early, and then it seemed like it was all resolved. He did his time, he put up an apology, and he said, look, this is the case, I'm sorry, whatever, and it made amends. He was even made captain against Aston Villa a few weeks ago. So like the timing of it is kind of curious why now. It's just all a mess.
I just have a question. I for you guys, if you can answer the question, I just feel like, do you think Ronaldo or even his agent should have pushed harder in the preseason to get him signed over at the new club? Because obviously he wasn't happy. And I don't know whether Ten Hag is somebody that you can go and approach off pitch or like to say, look, I'm unhappy, whatever. Like, I don't know the dynamics. I don't know Ten Hag, obviously, as a person. I haven't seen him really, because I'm not that into Manchester United, so I don't know the dynamics of how he is as a coach. But do you think that his agent should have pushed harder in the initial transfer window before the season started to get him to a club, even get him back to a European club to go play in the Champions League that he wanted to play so badly? I think
He
that's
had
the
offers.
thing.
He did have offers, apparently, according to his interviews. So it's not like he didn't have offers. He decided to stay at United. He felt like that was the thing, but maybe it just wasn't. Maybe it should have been a chat should have been had between Ten Hag and Ronaldo, and kind of said, "Look, this is my plans."
Yeah.
My
And then
understanding
he should have been allowed then to make the move if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
my understanding is a little bit different. My understanding is that what happened, and I can be wrong. I'm not a United expert at all, but my understanding is that Ronaldo wanted to go. I'm pretty sure that he said he wanted to go. He was pretty vocal about that. But I understand as Ten Hag actually went out and said he's not going to go in this transfer window. So my understanding is that Ten Hag didn't want that at the last window, and now with all this drama, I think he has seen that this is not going to work.
Yeah.
So that's my understanding of it, because and therefore I feel like I don't think Ronaldo or his manager could have done anything, because I think they did all they could, maybe too much, because going out and say you want to leave the club and then not leaving is clearly making a lot of drama.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think
so
This will be
I
taken out
think
of Ten Hag's hands. I don't think Ten Hag will ever say in it. I think the board will put a legal action. I think
I think
he
I
will
think
have
it's
to
both
defend it.
sides. I honestly I think it's what Harry's saying, that Ten Hag should have been playing open cards, because I think Ronaldo is all about loyalty. Because if you hear him speak, he speaks about Manchester United. He could have gone to City, but he wanted to be where Sir Alex Ferguson was. He grew up as a boy in that club, all that stuff. So I feel like a lot of it was perception, because last season he was like, the star. He was getting the goals. He was the one carrying United into the Europa League. So I think he went into this season expecting that, but now they've got this new manager with Ten Hag, and he's got a different vision for United, and he's the no nonsense guy. Where if you step out of line, he punishes you. He's like, you sit on the bench, you don't get any playing time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and maybe that's why he was at his previous club. I don't know, but I feel like because of the misconception that he has of coming back into this season thinking he was going to be the front and center guy again isn't happening. There's a bit of resentment between him and Ten Hag. I could be wrong, and that is rippling over into the games. It's rippling over into the back behind the scenes in the locker room, on the training pitch. I just think that he just needs to go in January. I just think that's the only thing, because I don't see him playing for Manchester United. They took off his statue at Old Trafford, all that stuff. So it's a miss, and it's something that the team like United, the club like United, they don't need this kind of negative drama, especially if they're doing so well in the Premier League now. I just think that this is going to just if this continues, it's going to be like a cancer that's going to fester into the team, and it's not going to be good, because it's going to affect how they play. Even though Ronaldo's not physically playing, if he stays in the squad, it's going to have a psychological impact on the team, I feel like, and that's going to be sad.
Yeah, agree. And I think that this really is like there is two sides to this. Like how Ronaldo acts, I think is terribly wrong. Like I really don't think he's dealing with this the right way at all. But with what you said, Harry, I don't know if I agree with Ronaldo not being able to be the main guy anymore. With what you said, that he's 37 and that kind of stuff. I think when Ronaldo joined United, he joined with the expect, and then you can argue should United have signed him that old? That's fair, but
Yeah.
they did something, and he came into the team expecting to be the main guy. Then they get Ten Hag that wants to play in Abu. then talk Abu.
No, I think it's background noise.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was just that. Okay. So then they get a new manager that doesn't want Ronaldo to be the main guy, and that's completely understandable from Ten Hag's side. I completely understand that. But Ronaldo came into the team expecting to be the main guy, So I understand Ronaldo's side with being frustrated with all that kind of stuff. And I honestly, I hate to say it because I'm not the biggest Ronaldo fan, but I still think Ronaldo can play at the absolute top. I still think he can. I think he is really lost a lot of motivation with all this kind of drama. And that can happen to everyone, that you lose the confidence when all this stuff happens. And I think that's the case. So I think Ronaldo can go to another team and still be a top guy if the team still wants him to be that. So yeah, I think there's two sides of this. I think Ronaldo is dealing with this terribly, but I also kind of a little bit get him. So the best solution just is that they go their separate ways, and that's best for everyone.
Yeah, I agree.
Abu, would you like to share your thoughts? I know you have some very strong opinions that are very different to everybody else.
I mean, now I hate the color red. Of course, that's Manchester United's color. Nobody likes red. I'd rather support Tottenham at this point of time, but Manchester United, because they have absolutely botched this out. You can't bring a legend back and treat him like that. You absolutely cannot. Last season, when everything was going well, if had it not been for Cristiano Ronaldo, United wouldn't have been even playing Europa. And when he asked to leave, they created this entire drama around him and didn't let him leave because he was going to be an integral part of the system. Come new season, he is not actually really doing anything because the manager thinks he is upsetting the dressing room. Come on, what crap is that? I mean, honestly, he was mistreated, mishandled, and that's no way to treat your legend. Because everybody knows this. Last summer, Ronaldo could have easily been at Manchester United, and we know what kind of ruckus that would have caused. But that didn't happen because Manchester United had too big an ego. So I've said this before, and let's say this again, honestly. Manchester United decided to date a girl that's out of their league, couldn't handle the tantrums, and then decided, you know what, girls are not good anyway. You couldn't treat the guy well. Easy as that.
A lot of it is he said, she said, though. That's the thing. Like, a lot of it is the personal stuff. I think, there's two sides to every story. And, so, I mean, not just his interpretation of things. Like the footballing side of things, I can understand. Like, I think the change of manager and everything was different, but yeah, it's just all a mess, really. But we will move on. We have discussed that enough at this point. We have a feature. Happy birthday to one of our podcast members, Abu.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. If you really want to wish me happy birthday, just say bad things about Manchester United, and that could be the best.
I don't think that's happening with Harry on the call.
I mean, Andreas, can you do it? You can do that.
Oh, well, about United, easily. Yeah. That's not a problem. The only good player in that team is Eriksen. It's that easy.
Oh my god.
Eriksen is the only good player.
What do you think?
Listen, I know it's your birthday, and I love you as a person and everything like that. So no homo, but I have to give Manchester United props. They're doing well. Sorry, I can't bash a team that's doing well. They're on top of Liverpool, so I can't even be mad about that because they are doing really, really great. And I'm not gonna bash the team that's they and I get it. I don't want to hang on the Ronaldo thing the whole time, but he was a star last season. Yes, he's this legend, and I personally adore Cristiano Ronaldo as a player. But you've got people now like Garnacho and Anthony, Freddie stepping up. McTominay is there, even though they're still getting yellow cards. All these people, Martial, Martinez, they're all doing great. So the club is not relying on Ronaldo that much anymore. And I think that is the problem. That it's something that he just can't handle at the moment. And I get it because his ego is Ronaldo. I mean, so
I mean,
I
I get
can't
it.
bash
I mean,
I
whatever.
can't bash United, but I do think, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about the topic, I do think it's an issue with Eric Ten Hag coming in and not doing the things the way that Ronaldo wants them to be done, and he got away with it with other managers, and that's how I think it's happening. And it's just it all snowballed, and it become too much. But it came to his family, and they didn't believe that his daughter was sick, and all this stuff, and then he just snapped. But again, he shouldn't have said some of the stuff that he said in the interview with Piers Morgan, even though I feel like he was provoked at times to say some stuff as a person, especially for United and City and those teams. You don't go on the attack of your boss and the owners of the club, the people that's paying your salary. You don't do that. It's always going to have a ripple effect. There's
See,
other
I mean,
ways of doing it. No, but I'm saying there's other ways of doing it. You don't go on live TV and blast people like that.
I mean, I agree with you, Warren. I absolutely do. And
Because
the list
because
of players that you,
because
yeah,
actors, if you do that in real life, because like Harry said before you came on, any job, doctor, lawyer, accountant, even a grocery packer, if you go on social media and you saying you working at XYZ and you saying on your social media pages, not even in an interview, on a post, you're saying one thing that has a bad connotation, that is grounds for immediate dismissal. You don't do that. There's other ways of doing it. That stuff you do behind closed doors.
fair enough. I mean, I get your point, and I agree with the point that you don't go out there and wash it or dirty laundry in public. But when you started out, you gave a list of players that are doing okay. The only person that I think is actually doing okay in that team is right now Martinez. Everybody else, would honestly tell me, would you have McTominay play for you at Liverpool or Martial play for you as your striker? I wouldn't want either of them. And I'm a Real fan. Okay, so our standards are high. Andreas, how about you? A Chelsea fan. Chelsea hasn't been performing that great, okay, lately. So, would you trade any of your players for any other players that were mentioned by Warren? I mean, I understand that they're good, but at Manchester United's level, are they really good at other teams' levels? One. Two, I mean, when it comes to Ronaldo, I understand that he handled it incorrectly and everything. But, sorry. But when it comes to how it all started, okay, Ronaldo clearly wanted to leave. But United didn't let him go because Eric Ten Hag said you're an integral part of the team. Integral part. If this is what integral part means, then I really think he has been let down because Ronaldo could see it coming. Ronaldo knew that he would not fit under Eric Ten Hag's system, and therefore he wanted to leave. But Ten Hag didn't allow me to do that, saying you're an integral part of the team, and now he's not using it. So in a way, Ten Hag destroyed a career. Ronaldo's career, and he being at the position that he is in, that he has earned for himself, I think he has the right to speak for himself, and that's what
But
he
you
did.
don't blast the people, certain people on. Yes, he's mad at Ten Hag. He's mad at some of the players. He feels like, or some of the people in the higher levels of the club management, that he feels they're trying to shut him out. He feels betrayed. You still don't go on to Piers Morgan's show, there's millions of viewers, and say the Glazers out, and blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. You don't do that.
Yeah.
There's other
I
ways
mean,
of doing it.
fair enough.
I
But
get
honestly, I don't
frustration. We
expect.
all feel
I don't.
frustrated in our jobs. We all feel any other job. You feel there's days that you feel frustrated. There's days that you feel nothing is going right. Everybody wants to get you down. We are all human. We all have emotions, and it can bubble over. But he's in a professional environment. He's a professional football player, and you do not do that. You don't even put a post like that on. You won't even. Like I've not seen any Liverpool player go on to a thingy and blast, Klopp and all this, even though how frustrated they are. So I get it, but there is
See,
certain
see with
protocols.
these players,
It's
I get
about
that.
protocols. It's about you would never, like I said at the top of the. I know. Sorry, Harry. I know we're going all over this thing now. It's 25 minutes, but I just feel like I said at the top. You don't. If you look at the interviews, Harry Kane, Son Heung-min, you see Mo Salah, Jordan Henderson. They talk. There's a certain way of speaking. Yes, sometimes you're frustrated. Oh, I was so bad at this one. They played bad, but you're not gonna bash them on live TV or on an interview. You're gonna go behind the scenes and speak to your coach. You're gonna speak to your manager and say, "Look, I didn't like this is what happening. I think this is where we went wrong. I think this is something that we need to address." And if then your coach doesn't, then you take it up. But you don't go on live TV and blast every person that's paying your salary. You don't do that. I get it. I get that Ten Hag said he's an integral part and then he went back on his word. Any person would be mad. But still, you don't blast them on live TV.
Essential things. I get it. There's two essential things. One, Ronaldo did not bash everybody in the club. It was just, he said 2 or 3 people that they wanted me out. The manager wanted me out. I have no respect for him. And frankly, I have no respect for Erik Ten Hag too. He has achieved nothing. What has he achieved? Some bad trophies in Erdisville? Nobody even knows Erdisville, okay? Erik Ten Hag has achieved nothing except making big statements for Manchester United. As honest as that. And when you're looking at Cristiano Ronaldo, that guy has played for legendary managers. Like Jose Mourinho, he's played for Zinedine Zidane, he's played for Sir Alex Ferguson. He has never had this problem before. And now he's starting to have this problems with Erik Ten Hag because Erik Ten Hag thinks he's something which he clearly hasn't proven. 1. 2, when you look at all these other players that you're saying, they never shit talk. Ronaldo has never either. But the problem is, Ronaldo's reached at that age where he does not have time on his hands and he needs to keep playing to keep his legacy alive. He has everything to lose at this point. He's at 38. He can't sit back and say, okay, I'm going to be respectful to this manager, but even though he went back on my word, because I'll be playing till I'm 60. No, he's not. That's not going to happen. He's not going to be playing for entirety, So he really needs to play in day out. And that's what he's been asking, especially since Manchester United don't have a natural striker, which is where Cristiano Ronaldo steps in, which is what he's being bought to do, which is what he did last
Martial,
season.
Rashford, they're both strikers, as I say.
No, Rashford is not a natural striker. He's a left winger or a right winger. That's how he started out. Your striker at that point was Rooney. Oh, Van Persie. I don't think. No, not Van Persie, but it was Rooney. Martial is not a striker. He started out as a left wing as well. So these are not strikers, but these are players that have been converted into strikers to fill that position that should have been filled with somebody who's a natural striker. So that's the thing.
Andreas wants to say something.
Sorry,
Yeah, I just have a question now. You always say that the club comes first, right? No one is bigger than the club. Right? Okay, good. So when you have, I get what you're saying that Ronaldo have achieved much more than Ten Hag and all that. That's fine, but Ten Hag is Ronaldo's manager right now, and even if you don't like Ten Hag, he's the manager of the club, which always comes before Ronaldo. So
no.
Ten Hag does.
I know this was where you were gonna get, but no.
But because if the club comes first, then it doesn't matter if Ronaldo has done much more than Ten Hag.
If the manager is not good enough, then yeah.
But that's not Ronaldo's decision. Ronaldo has to pay under the manager.
Honestly, it is. Go back to 2015 after we sacked Carlo Ancelotti for the first time, after the 2014 and 15 season. I don't know if you guys remember, but we hired a guy called Rafa Benitez. I'm pretty sure you guys know. And we were performing amazingly. We were the second, But with that team, we should have been fighting for titles, and we weren't doing that. And when Rafa Benitez was sacked mid-season, we were in second place in the league. And he was sacked majorly because the dressing room was very unsettled about this matter. They did not like Rafa Benitez's way of playing, and the major voice came from Cristiano Ronaldo. He kept telling Florentino Perez, as per multiple media reports, that listen, I do not like this guy, I do not like how he plays, and I don't think we can win anything under this guy. And Florentino Perez listened. He sacked Rafa Benitez, and guess who he hired in his replacement? Zinedine Zidane. And look what they did.
Players should not have that power. Players should not have that power.
But I get what you're saying with that.
I'm not saying they should have that power. But the thing is, the players together, when they talk, I'm not saying only Ronaldo should have that power. No, Ronaldo did not. I'm saying the dressing room together said that Rafa Benitez should walk out, which happened. The problem with Manchester United is all these players should speak up for Ronaldo, and that should some sort of form a chemistry between them. And I get it; it's a little above and beyond, but it only went above and beyond for Ronaldo because the other people in the dressing room didn't support him. And the problem
Why would
there
they?
comes.
It's nothing to do with them. It's
No,
not
but
like
then
Ronaldo's
the
being
fact
treated
is,
unfairly. Ronaldo's being treated like any other
I
player.
I understand, Harry, but it's not Ronaldo's problem. I'm just saying, if a player is settling to mediocrity, is accepting mediocrity, he's never going to be able to achieve anything, and that what I think is Manchester United's problem, and that is exactly what Ronaldo pointed out as well. Everybody is settling for mediocrity. And that is what the problem is. Because if it weren't for mediocrity, this entire dressing room would have erupted for performing so badly. They would have performed better. And if Ronaldo were taking a decision, the star player would have taken a decision. Everybody would have backed him.
You don't
Nobody
think
did,
United
because
is
everybody
performing good?
is.
But he hasn't been the
No.
star player this season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even
He
at the
hasn't
time,
this season
because
he hasn't been given the
just
opportunity.
I know, but he has been given times where he started games. He has been given the captaincy band. He hasn't sat on the bench every single game. He hasn't played only 3 minutes every single game. There were times where he could prove himself and he didn't. He is not the player that he was last season, and that plays a part into why the manager that's currently at the club is not giving him the time, because there's other players, like I mentioned, that's actually scoring the goals. Rashford is scoring the goals. Dalot is doing better than Ronaldo. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Ronaldo's a bad. I'm not saying he is a bad player. I'm just saying his form this season, at the start of the season, has not warranted Erik ten Hag to give him more playing time, because the time that he has been allotted, he hasn't been converting the goals except in the Europa League.
Okay, I get it. I understand. And the problem with that is United don't play like a team. Sorry to say that. Again, comes to the point of mediocrity. United don't play like a team. If I had to make the number of times Ronaldo has been ignored for the pass at Manchester United this season, sorry, Warren, I want to complete this. But if you want to see how many times Ronaldo has been ignored for a good pass that could have actually turned into a good goal-scoring opportunity, you would understand. 1, 2. If you really closely watch United's match, you'll realize the off-the-ball movement that Ronaldo does is still helping the team. Now, that's not dependent on anybody else. That's dependent on his own movement. So that has been working out. But the thing that is dependent on others, that's not exactly happening, is it? Now, the times that Ronaldo has started in the defense was Harry Maguire, started out with Fred instead of Casemiro, and that's what the problem is. He's not being given the quality all the time to prove himself.
He's had ample chance.
I think we need to move on.
I'm going to stop this here, guys. I'm going to stop this here. We do have to move on. We spent 33 minutes on this now. We do have a World Cup preview to do, so we need to get moving.
I agree. Can I say something really quick?
Andreas, you can have the final comment, Andreas.
I just want to say that you also have to remember that no matter if you agree with all this Ronaldo or not, you know that this guy that made the interview, don't remember his name right now, but
Piers Morgan.
He don't have the best intentions. Like, he don't care about Ronaldo's career. He doesn't.
He's a villain.
United.
He's a DC villain.
That's what he cares about. And Ronaldo is not stupid. Ronaldo knows that. Ronaldo knows that this guy doesn't care about United. He doesn't care about that. He cares about the drama. And I think that's something that I also see as a mistake by Ronaldo, that he decides to make an interview like this.
Okay. Maybe. We will move on.
The thing is, I will always defend
Abu, I said Andreas has the final comment. Come on,
your birthday is over, Abu.
Sorry.
You can talk
over here for hours.
I'll always have Ronaldo's back no matter what. Unless he's fighting against Real Madrid, then I won't have his back. But Ronaldo is a team in himself. Sorry, but after Real, I support Ronaldo.
He's above the team. He's above the club, apparently.
Every other club, not Real Madrid.
Yeah, let's move on, Harry. Is Harry frozen, or is it just me that can't see Harry?
I don't know. Harry, move your hands. Show your hands.
Harry's frozen.
Nah, he's frozen. He's frozen.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There, he's back. He's back.
Okay, so I will move on. We do have something I would like to play for you all. Just before I start, I do have to say
God.
we do not own the copyright to this music. We do not own the right
my
to this music at all. Just in case any YouTube tries to block us or anything, we do not own the right to this music. Share screen.
Yo, sports.
Here we go.
Fix the damn viewers.
Your server is down.
If it will work for us. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
A song.
What is this?
Warren, is that you?
I've got no part in this.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I'm touched like right here in my heart.
And seeing as it's your birthday, Abu, we have decided that we will be putting in a new segment, which we are allowing you to talk about whatever you would like to talk about for about 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Since you already talk so much, make it quick. That would be great.
You have until the clock turns 40 minutes. So you have about 3 minutes here to talk about whatever you would like.
And don't talk
Honestly,
about Ronaldo.
No, I'll talk
We've
about
already
Real
done
Madrid.
Ronaldo.
If this is what we're going to do, I'm going to make this into a small 3-minute podcast for myself, where I'm going to ask each one of you a question. Okay. And you
Oh
have
my
to
God.
respond. Warren, we'll go with
Yeah.
you first.
Why
Do you
me
think
first?
Because I had a question about Real Madrid first in my head.
Okay.
But then,
All right, ask.
what would your reaction be if Real Madrid defeat Liverpool in the round of 16 come February?
Look, it's Real Madrid. We've lost against them in the finals last season. So I mean, I'm not going in there expecting Liverpool to win, but so yeah, it's completely possible. So would I be pissed? Yeah, but I wouldn't be like shocked, because it's not some willy-nilly team. I'll give them props, say a solid team. So I'm not gonna go in there with blinders on. I'm not Richard. Come on. Sorry, Richard. Sorry. I'm not gonna go there. Oh, Liverpool is the best in the multiverse and all this stuff. No, I mean, I'm just saying it's like what do you call it? It's common sense. It's gonna be a tough fixture. It's gonna be a tough fixture. If we win, it's gonna be great. If we don't, well, it won't be the first time. So, so yeah, let's see what happens.
How about we make a bet right now, right here, about this game? I've made one with Richard already, but how about you and me? We make a small bet. Winner gets what they like, and we can decide on whatever we want later on. Not on the podcast because my time is limited. But yes,
we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it later. Move on to Andrew.
Definitely. So Andreas, next to you. I'm gonna keep the best for the last because Harry, he's been really nice to me. He's sweet to me for the past 24 hours, and I can't believe this is Harry, but I really appreciate it. I mean, I feel like I've never seen a sweet side of Harry, but here we are, and I'm all for it. So
I'm making notes for Sunday.
Better.
Move on.
So yeah, I have a good thing coming for you. But Andreas, have you at any point in your entire life felt that you would want to stop hating on Real Madrid, you would want to stop hating on me, and give both of us a nice big compliment?
If what? Say the last thing again.
Oh God.
If you would want to give me and Real Madrid both a big compliment, a big one, a soulful one.
Yeah, so the answer is no. Like, first of all, I didn't hate Real Madrid until I meet you. So all my hate towards Real Madrid is because I know you. So that's the answer to the first part of that. And like we are talking about so
Yeah.
many times, the reason the world goes round is because you're the villain. We all need to hate on you. It's the circle of life. It's how it works. So if I started being nice to you, the world will end. Like it's that simple. So no, I know that even if I wanted to, I can't do it. I need to make sure the world goes round. So unfortunately, I can't be nice to you.
There has to be some balance.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's move on then now. We do have the World Cup really to get on with.
Harry,
That's your question.
Yeah,
hold
look,
on,
Time's up, Bill, your time's up.
Your 5
Actually,
minutes
I
is
wasn't
over.
gonna do a question for you. I was gonna be nice to you in return because you've been so nice to me. So
Harry is lying.
no, it's for real. I mean, sometimes the villain has to do. Sometimes the bad guys have to do good things to make the world go round.
Oh God.
But Harry, you've been the most excited about the birthday in this entire football podcast chat, and nobody else has been so excited about my birthday. It comes as a surprise to me because we're the two guys that can never see eye to eye. Let's face it. I mean, we share a love-hate relationship where hate is more than love. But you being so sweet actually makes me want to not hate Manchester United for a day, and and I want to do something sweet for you, but it can't happen right now because I don't have anything at the back of my head. But now that I've seen everything, something sweet is going to happen to you. So that's the segment of my mini podcast for you, and expect something sweet. Why didn't you do? Because your birthday is the day after.
The day after. Okay, cool.
You didn't know your own birthday?
I know it's my birthday. The World Cup is starting on my birthday. Come on now.
The best birthday gift ever, no?
We do have the World Cup starting on Sunday. The first fixture is Qatar against Ecuador. Group A is Qatar, Senegal, Netherlands, and Ecuador. I think it's probably a safe bet that the Netherlands will see that group out comfortably. Second place will be more interesting. I think Senegal probably would have been favourites, but with Sadio Mane missing, maybe it's not so clear cut. Abu, would you like to give your thoughts on that group quickly?
I mean, we already know the result of the opening match. Qatar are going to win 1-0 against Ecuador. Really, there's been rumors apparently, if nobody knows, but there's been rumors that Qatar have paid off Ecuador to win the opening game 1-0, but then apparently that's again big news. Yeah, it's coming from a source that has been very should I say naughty, not the appropriate word to use, but they've been notorious about this and they've been spreading fake rumors. So there's apparently a rumor out there that Qatar will beat Ecuador 1-0 in the opening fixture of the World Cup. Because Qatar have paid Ecuador off, but then there's also news that it is a big false rumor, so I don't know. But I agree with what you said, Harry. I think Netherlands are going to top it, and the thing about World Cup is the hosts, no matter what country is hosting it, they always tend to make it far. Like Russia did good last time. Before that, Brazil did good. Russia did good, better than what they were expected to do.
I'm laughing because you're saying the host. I don't think you watched the World Cup in South Africa.
No, the World Cup in South Africa was South Africa did good in that,
No,
South
they
Africa-
didn't. No.
They were scoring bangers.
Even Brazil didn't do that great in 2014.
Oh my God.
Brazil 2014 7-1. Never mind, I take my statement back. But I think
Okay, moving on.
there's going to be an upset in the group, Netherlands, and I'm thinking maybe Qatar or Ecuador qualify. That's just my bold prediction for the group.
Fair enough. Well,
Yeah, definitely Netherlands. I mean, they've got top players there, Van Dijk. Where's Richard? Anybody seen him? And and there's a lot of players. There's good players in Netherlands. I don't. If Netherlands is too bad, then there's something wrong in the world. But football is unpredictable. But I expect Netherlands to be on top. I do think Senegal has got a chance. They've got some decent players there, but it's going to be difficult with Mane not there, definitely. So it could be a three-way race for that second place.
Yeah, I I think Senegal is taking second, and Netherlands is winning. Like I'm pretty confident in that. But like again, everything can happen in the World Cup. But I think Netherlands is winning, and Senegal will get second. I think Senegal is still too strong compared to the other teams. But of course, it is a huge problem not having Mane, and I don't think Senegal will go much longer than round of 16. And I think Qatar is going to beat Ecuador. I think there's a little advantage in being the home team, but I don't see Qatar going far at all.
Yeah, me neither. But
Yeah.
we can expect an upset. That's all World Cups are all about.
Fair enough. We'll move on to Group B.
Ooh.
England, Iran, USA, Wales. I don't think this will be as plain sailing as people might think. England have obviously been in a poor run of form in the Nations League. They have the quality there and they should see the group out, but you just never know. Wales will be wild cards in this group. USA will be wild cards as well. They'll do okay. I imagine they've got like the Pulisic and a lot of Leeds players. So, Warren, I can see you're dying to say something. So
No, I'm just saying. I watched the Nations Cup in the US. I actually did really well. So if they play the same way, I think they're going to do really well. It's not just Leeds players. You've got some Chelsea people there, and so I do think it's going to be. If England didn't have Madison in the Nations League, so I think now that they've got Madison, if it depends on Karen Southgate, who he puts on the field. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting group. I'm not going to make any bold predictions here, but if any between England, USA, and Wales, any of the three can move on. I wouldn't be mad about it.
Andreas,
As a huge student of political science, I'm just interested to see the Iran versus USA game. That's all I'll say about this group, because we all know England and Wales are going to top it. So
Yeah, I think England is winning. Like England should win this group, but it's not going to be easy. And I think there's some really interesting games here: England versus USA, England versus Wales. I think that's some really fun matchups. I think USA is going to get second, but I think Wales and USA will be very close in that fight. I don't really think Iran has any chance.
yeah.
And yeah,
Most
USA
double.
USA and Wales are both great teams, so this will be a close match. But I think USA will win second.
Mm-hmm.
Abu?
I think honestly, England are going to win it, unless of course somehow Gareth Southgate, messes up like he did in the final when he used those very immature, inexperienced players to take the penalties, which I still question till date. But England should win it comfortably. I think between USA and the Wales, USA have a better squad, but Wales have a lot of players that play European football, so that could be something that could work to their favor. Because, of course, the football that's played in the MLS and the football that's played in Europe is very different. So, honestly, I'd like for Wales to go through because of the player, the legend Gareth Bale, but we see where we get.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what kind of team England put out.
The first
I
match.
think Gareth Southgate will stick to the tried and trusted, so I think we'll see like a Pickford in goal, Harry Maguire at the back, probably Raheem Sterling will start. Okay, he needs to kind of go with players on form. Like it should be like I think it should probably be Pope in goal. Harry Maguire should not be anywhere near the starting team.
Madison should play.
Madison should play. Phil Foden should play. Raheem Sterling shouldn't start.
Bellingham should play.
Bellingham needs to start.
Of course.
Need to go with these players that are on form. Callum Wilson needs to get a go. No, he needs to give guys. Yeah, Trippier has to start right back.
Oh my God,
especially since Kyle Walker is out, Trippier is going to start definitely.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Trent doesn't get in
Bellingham
ahead of Trippier.
Bellingham has to start a game because he has ice in his freaking veins.
And of course,
And then
Harry Kane.
Madison and Foden should be either side of Harry Kane. Harry
Absolutely.
Maguire shouldn't start.
And Marcus Rashford should start.
I think Marcus Rashford would make a really super substitute.
I think he could come off the bench. Him and Callum Wilson can come off the bench. That'd be a good option to have off the bench.
So he's
Yeah.
got good players in the team. It's just that
Yeah.
it's going to be how he utilizes the team.
Very, very true.
Which is the biggest question, because the last time he tried to do that, he messed up the final penalties, which
I don't trust Gareth Southgate as far as I can pick him up and throw him.
And he's very defensive as well. That will kind of... He doesn't like playing attacking football at all. Like with the players he has at his disposal, likes of Bellingham, likes of Phil Foden, Harry Kane, Madison, likes those players need to be playing attacking football. No good. I mean, utilize your players and get the best out of your players. Play the formation to suit your players and not what you think is best.
Yeah, I think you can argue that England maybe has the best squad. Honestly, I think England is at least up there, but it's just the way they are playing. It has not been good in the Nations League, but they did great last year in the Euros, so everything can happen.
I think one more thing to say about the England squad is that they've got actually the advantage over all the other teams because 99% of that team is Premier League players. So they know how they've played against each other. So they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So that because if you look at all the other teams, they're from different countries, different leagues, different. If you look at England, you've got Bellingham that's coming from Champions League, but he's also played against these players. And then you've got the rest of the squad that's all playing weekly against each other and with each other. So England has the best squad on paper, but it depends on what he's going to put out there.
Yeah. We'll move on to Group C: Argentina, Mexico, Poland, Saudi Arabia. Argentina are going to be heavy favourites for the tournament. Well, probably just behind Brazil. They should top the group easily. And then second place will likely be a battle between Mexico and Poland. One player Argentina do not have is young Alejandro Garnacho. For whatever reason, he's not selected, even though he's been on fire at the moment for United. But yeah, I think Argentina should see it out easily enough. They have the quality. I guess a lot will depend on Messi and how he plays, though. Abu, will come to you first this time.
Honestly, I think between Poland and Mexico, Mexico are going to win because the goalkeeper is going to turn into prime Neuer, as he always does in every World Cup ever. So I think Mexico are going to win that. But no, in all honesty, I think Poland does not have any young talents that are actually proving to be great. I think at the moment Mexico has a team that's doing better. And when it comes to Argentina, of course they're going to see this group out. I'm not going to say what position, but I think Argentina are the most hyped World Cup side in the history of this competition. Extremely hyped. Sorry, that's just how I see it. I've seen them play. They just hype it. They're just hyping the team up. I don't think they have it in them to win the World Cup for sure. And I think they're a very hyped side, apart from a few players that I don't think are the best players in the world. There's not really that great players. Who's the left back? Do you know Argentina's left back? Is he famous enough? No. Do you know the right back? No. Well, who's the good center back? Okay, Eric Garcia. Who's the second best center back?
Lisandro Martinez.
Oh, sorry, Lisandro Martinez. I said Eric Garcia, did I? Sorry, but
Yes,
in all honesty, I think Argentina are not going to make out of this one. I mean, they're not going to win it for sure.
Fair enough. And Andreas, I know you have Argentina as your champions.
I do. I think Argentina is winning this. It's obviously not the team. It's not obviously not the team I want to win. I have another team in our predictions game that we all do, but that's more biased reasons than actual expectation. Well, no, Argentina is a really strong team, and I really think they have showed that. I think they have an unbeaten streak for I don't know how long. Recently won Copa America. Like I think they are doing really good job. Of course, they have better offensive players than defensive. Of course, they have better offensive players than defensive, but I think they also have a strong defense and a good midfield. So yeah, I think Argentina is winning the whole thing. And I think for second place, I sadly agree with Abu. I think Mexico is winning. I think Poland, they have Lewandowski, and I think that's it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They have a few others, but Mexico is a stronger team. But yeah, Poland
Mexico has Ochoa in the goal now between the stakes. Ochoa, he's gonna turn into prime Neuer.
Yeah, I think Mexico and Poland is going to be really interesting, but I think Mexico is stronger. And Saudi
Sorry,
Arabia.
I know Warren, it's your turn to speak, but before we go to that, I just want to talk about Argentina winning the Copa America.
Abu, you talk way too much.
Years that they tried. No, sorry. It's just Copa America happens every damn year. They kept doing it every year until Messi could win it, and now they're not doing it over and over again. That's a cut-out tournament waiting to happen so that Messi could win another national trophy. Sorry, Warren, over to you.
We can't hear you, Warren.
Sorry, excuse me, I was muted. I think the boys covered it, Harry. I think we can move on to the next group.
Fair enough. Group D: France, Denmark, Australia, Tunisia. On paper,
Let's go!
on paper, France could win this one, but Denmark do have recent history against France. France are, of course, also missing N'Golo Kante, Paul Pogba due to injury. Kante,
Benzema.
huge player. What?
Benzema is likely going to miss the World Cup.
Benzema's missing as well, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what the
That's
reports
another
are
big
saying.
loss. So it's wide open, this group. Andreas, I'll come to you because obviously I know you'll have thoughts on this group.
Listen, I know you're all going to say I'm biased, but I think Denmark is winning this group. And I'm honestly not saying it because it's Denmark. I think if you look at Denmark and France, Denmark is a better team together. France, of course, has better players. Like I can't sit here and say that we have better players because we don't. But we have a stronger team. We have beaten them 2 times in a row now. And then you can say, oh, but this is the World Cup. This is their best players. No. The same players played against us. They had they had all these players when we played against them, and we beat them. So I don't know what should make a difference here. And also, that's the thing that France is the World Cup winner last time, and usually that don't go well.
I know.
Yeah, I think we are winning this group, but it's clearly going to be really close, and France will obviously get second place. And I think Australia is getting third, but that's also going to be a close match between them and Tunisia. But yeah, I think we are winning. But of course, and I know you're all going to say France is probably winning this group, and I get that. Like I would as well if it wasn't because I've seen Denmark beat them. I've seen us being stronger than them. So yeah, I'm going with Denmark and France in a very close second.
Fair enough, Warren.
Yeah, Tunisia 4th, Australia 3rd, Denmark 2nd, France 1st. Short and sweet. Over to you, Abu.
I'm going to make it short. I agree with Andreas when he says France are going to finish second. I think Australia are going to be third as usual. Denmark 4th, Tunisia 1st.
We'll move on to the next group. Let me just get the teams up here. In this group, we have Germany, Japan, Spain, Costa Rica.
Wow.
It's a bit of a group of death in a way.
It's not changing.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing it now. There we go.
It's okay, Harry. It happens to the best of us. Take it, Harry.
Abu, why are you so nice suddenly? We don't like that.
I'll come to you
This
first.
man has been. Because Harry has
Costa
been.
Rica, Japan. Nearly
Japan
there.
have been really good in the last few years, but I'm not
What's
sure.
going on?
Marvin, it's just Abu
Uh,
talking. At this point, we just have to get used to it. Abu just talk without it making sense.
No, Harry gave me the floor, no? Harry gave me the floor.
Yeah, I did say
Go on,
three.
Abu. Go on.
But I think Germany are gonna be second, Spain first. Sadly, I hate that, but okay. I'm just gonna do it for Asensio and Dani Carvajal. Japan maybe third. Maybe we could even see an upset. Japan second place and Germany third. And of course, Costa Rica are gonna be in the same place as Denmark fourth.
What?
Andreas?
This to me, like, first of all, this sounds to me like a new. It's the most clinical team in the world. Abu says something, and then at the end of it, it's the completely opposite of what he said. No, I think Costa Rica is getting less. Like, I think they're actually strong enough compared to who they are. But this is a good group, and I don't think Spain or Germany is at their best at all. Like, I think Germany has a lot of problems. Spain is a very young team, and I don't think they have the quite quality to win it all. But I still think Spain will get first, Germany second, and Japan third place. But Japan is also a strong team, so everything can happen. But yeah, Spain is winning and Germany in second. I think.
Warren?
Germany first, Spain second, Costa Rica third, Japan fourth. Like it is in that order.
Interesting. Costa Rica do have Real Madrid keeper Keylor Navas, of course. And they're right. Germany and Spain will be interesting. No Matt Hummels for Germany, which is
And no Thiago for Spain.
yeah.
Yeah, no, Spain.
Germany feels like it's a very aging side, and Spain feels like it's a very young side. Spain
think the
no
biggest-
clear striker though. That's the only problem.
Yeah, but I think Spain also don't have a proper goalkeeper because leaving David De Gea was a huge mistake. I think that's going to haunt them in the future. And we are all in for bold predictions. So yeah, Warren, thank you for that micro or close to bold prediction with Japan being on fourth. I could see that happening. I don't know. I haven't seen Japan play, so I could see that happening.
It's going to be Germany and Spain going through. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Spain
yeah, for
also
sure.
has no David De Gea.
And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw one of Germany or Spain, crash out too. It's possible. Yeah, I'm not saying it won't. It'll happen. It's possible. It's the World Cup. You can never predict anything correctly.
All right.
I think the most controversial thing for Spain was that they have no David De Gea as well. I think that was the big controversial news. He
Yeah.
wasn't included even in the big 55-man squad at first, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Look at some of the performances he's put in for United this season.
Yeah.
He's a very top-class player. It'll be interesting to see how Spain go. Neither of these sides are what they used to be.
Yeah, true.
It's going to be an interesting one. I feel like both Spain and Germany should progress, but we will
You
see.
can see an upset. Yeah. Well, honestly, keeping Sergio Ramos out, keeping Thiago out, keeping David De Gea, what was he thinking? Honestly, I mean, I get these decisions. Keeping Nacho Fernandez out for Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia is just a Spanish Harry Maguire. What was he thinking?
Anyway, we shall move on. Group F: Belgium, Croatia, Canada, Morocco. I think it should be the two European sides that progress easily enough from this group. I don't really see too many shocks in this group. I don't think Canada or Morocco really will have too much to offer. I think Belgium, though, we know are struggling, but they should probably have enough to finish second. I think Croatia may well tip them to first place. But Andreas, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, like Belgium and Croatia, they should move on. I will be shocked if they don't. I don't really think Canada or Morocco is bad teams, but like Belgium and Croatia is too good. And I think that can be really interesting. I think Croatia can win the group. I think Belgium is winning, but it can go either way. Belgium has not been the best, but they did okay in the Nations League. Croatia won their group, which was with Denmark and France. So that was really good by Croatia. So yeah, I think Croatia can do a great job, but I do have Belgium winning this group. But yeah, Croatia and Belgium, both good teams. I don't know with Croatia. I think they rely way too much on Modric to win it all. And I think therefore Belgium is a bit stronger, but Croatia is also a really strong team, and they have shocked so many times now. So yeah, everything can happen with Croatia. But yeah, I'm going with Belgium first, Croatia second, Canada third, and Morocco last. But Canada and Morocco can go either way.
Warren?
I think Morocco is the dark horse of this thing. I'm not gonna shut them out completely. So if there's an upset, I could see Morocco slipping in there. However, I do expect it to be Belgium and Croatia, with Canada somewhere between fourth and third. But I don't see Canada as that clinical team to go through and give the other two a run for their money. However, I do think with a slight nudge, Belgium will top the group. But I wouldn't be surprised if Croatia also did like a 180 and went on top as well.
Interesting. And I know you are from South Africa, so I think you probably have more of an idea of what Morocco are like than we would, having watched
Yeah,
them a
most
bit more,
probably. But
maybe.
I just think that they've got the edge to give them a. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if the door is open, that's the team that could slip in there and cause an upset. But I don't see it happening. I do think strongly that Belgium and Croatia will be the two that move on. But I don't know in which order. I wouldn't be bothered with either order, to be honest.
Fair enough. Abu?
Croatia are going to rely on Luka Modric too much, but the thing is, if you haven't already realized, Luka Modric is 38 and he's still running. He's still the running engine of Real Madrid. So I think Croatia first. We could see a Belgium upset, Belgium crashing out. I was going to say Canada make second place, but then I've learned to trust Warren's gut. Maybe we could see Morocco taking second place. But I see Croatia seeing this out. I think maybe Belgium are going to lose out on the knockout stages, and Canada or Morocco can step in. So I don't have a clear vision about this group, but I think Croatia are gonna see this out for sure.
Fair enough. We'll move on to Group G. Brazil, Serbia, Cameroon, Switzerland. I think Brazil should probably win this comfortably. The group, they probably have, I think they're probably heavy tournament favourites, actually, Brazil, given the amount of forward options that they have. You could literally have any combination of about 6 or 7 guys starting and you wouldn't complain, such as the quality they have. The only concern for Brazil, I think, is their defence. It's a little bit aging. If you look at the likes of Danilo, the likes of Thiago Silva, I don't know if Marcelo was included. But a lot of but the Brazil defense is very aging, and that may be a problem. And then you have in goal, obviously, the battle between Alisson and Ederson. Which one of them will get the nod? But yeah, so many options up top. A manager's dream, really. I think they will go far in this tournament. I think then it could be any one of the 3. Others could then take that second place. Each of them are capable. It could literally go any way. Warren?
Yeah, definitely Brazil is going to clear cut favorites to top the group. I'm not so sure about the other 3. They've all got good squads, but they've also got problems. Serbia is heavily reliant on Mitrovic, but he's injured. So I'm not sure. He's in the squad, but he's injured, which doesn't make sense to me. It's going to be interesting to see how they go. But Brazil is definitely topping. I don't know in which order the other 3 will go, so I'm just going to go on a limb and say Serbia, Switzerland, and then Cameroon.
Fair enough. Abu?
I think there's only 3 teams that are going to compete in this group. We already know Brazil are going to see this out because it has so many Real Madrid players in it. Eder Militao, Rodrigo, Vinicius. Anyway, moving on. I agree with Harry when it comes to the aging defense. Alexandre Danilo, David Silva. So these are some players that are actually really getting old. But then thank God for Real Madrid coming in to be the savior because they have it at a Militao. Serbia, Cameroon, and Switzerland, I think it's anybody's game. And when you're playing the World Cup, and you know that you have a chance, automatically you just become twice the player that you originally probably were. The World Cup hype, the World Cup wanting to win, the hunger is just too much during the World Cup, and I could see any of these three making that. It's anyone's game, honestly. Oh, with
Mm.
Serbia, they're not going to be able to rely on Mitrovic, but they do also have Luka Jovic, ex Real Madrid player, so they will rely on
Of
another.
course, of course, of course, Abu.
Andreas?
Yeah, like Brazil is winning the group. That's not really much to argue with. But honestly, I think that's also why they are not winning the entire tournament, because they are the favorites, and that's usually not the best thing because they are so huge favorites, and therefore I think they will lose in the semifinal. Um, because being the favorites is usually not a good thing. You rely way too much on that and think too much about that, and it historically that has not been the team that wins. But of course they're winning this group, and I think with second, I think Serbia is getting second, but I think it's very close between Serbia and Switzerland, and it can go both ways. I think my thing with Cameroon is that I think they are the weakest African teams in this tournament. Morocco is a pretty good team. Senegal really, really strong. Ghana pretty strong. I don't really think Cameroon is there. So I think they will get last, and then Serbia and Switzerland will fight for second.
I sort of agree with Andreas. Cameroon and Denmark, they got the similar positions. So,
I
yeah,
think India
Harry,
is going to win. I think India is winning the tournament.
Harry, we're ready for Group H.
Okay.
Let's move on,
I think
Abu.
obviously Roberto Firmino was the big surprise to not
Yeah.
be included in the Brazil squad, given the forward options. I think there was a guy called Pedro or something from Juventus or something like that got included instead.
He's playing in Europa.
Possibly Firmino should have been the option there. Very
Even if
strange.
you were going to bench Firmino, I think honestly Firmino should have been there. He's experienced. Why could you just sit him out? It's just horrible.
But anyway, we will move on to Group H, a real group of death here: Uruguay, Portugal, Ghana, South Korea.
Yeah.
I think Portugal will be the favourites here, and probably maybe Uruguay to slip into second. But Ghana, South Korea could both cause problems. Ghana are usually a strong African side. Warren can give us more intel on that in a few minutes. And South Korea are always a big shock and seem to do well in these World Cups. So anything could happen. Andreas, we'll come to you first.
Yeah, I think Portugal is winning this, and I'm very confident that Uruguay will get second. Uruguay is a really, really, really strong World Cup team, one of the teams that have won the most. So never underestimate Uruguay in the World Cup. So I'm very confident those two, and I think Ghana is getting third. I think Ghana is a very strong team, and I think the thing with South Korea is that they are a pretty good team, but I understand that Son is not going to play. And that's clearly a huge problem for South Korea. So South Korea will get last, and Portugal winning, Uruguay second, and Ghana third. But I can honestly see Uruguay winning the group, but I think Portugal is too strong for that.
Fair enough, Warren.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Portugal is my team. I had to fight tooth and nail for that team. You didn't want to be on that video call, but anyway, Portugal is going to do well. They will be first or second because I'm not counting Uruguay out at all to top it because they've got Nunes, they've got Suarez, So yeah, between Portugal and Uruguay, both two teams I think is advancing in either first or second, and then yeah, Ghana and South Korea. Ghana strong, South Korea could be a little bit in trouble, deep waters, I think, with squad depth and so forth. So yeah, I think Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea.
Abu?
Agreed. This is the group of death. All four teams are good, but then again, it is the group of death because Ronaldo is playing, and he's death for everybody else. He's the best player in the world the world could ever see. So yes, Portugal. I see Portugal being top two because I think Portugal are gonna play bad the first few games, like France did last World Cup, but they ended up winning the World Cup. So I think something like that is gonna happen. Portugal are going to start bad, but they're going to win it. Ultimately, Uruguay is definitely going to make it in second place because they have Ronald Araujo, a Barcelona player who's a very good talent in defense, and they have Federico Valverde, who's a Real Madrid player, who's the best player in the world at the moment. We come to Ghana. Ghana are really good. They're physical. I really hope they could work on their possession-based football and they could actually have a good upset. And South Korea, I think they're good, but can they really make a dent without humans on? So I think this on paper this group looks good, but then I absolutely see Portugal, Uruguay just winning this. Sorry.
Yeah, but even if Son was playing, I don't even think he would have made a difference because he's so out of form. Like he can't even like you can't. It's like spellbinding to watch, like what's happening with him. But yeah, this group is definitely because there's gonna be blood on the mofo walls in this group.
I think even if Son played, I will still have them at last because like even if Son was at his prime, I will still have them at last because the other three are just
I
too
mean,
strong.
even if Son played, it wouldn't make a difference because his dad is playing for Portugal. You know, Ronaldo, get it. You
That's
guys get
unless
the joke.
Ronaldo,
Abu,
unless
you
Ronaldo has
have
unless Ronaldo has another cold and he can't play in the warm up match again. Moving on to
He
group
had a
watch
stomach bug.
Ronaldo. Watch
Stomach
Ronaldo
bug.
be stopped on in the last 3 minutes. Watch Ronaldo only play the last 3 minutes.
Can we move
He's,
on to the
he
next
had
group
a,
now?
no, that was the last group. How many more groups you want, sir?
Portugal are without Diego Jota as well as Ronaldo for that opener. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on without those two. Big
I think they have
misses.
Joao Felix. They have ample attacking options. I think Joao Felix will take up.
Portugal is a strong team. They are.
Yeah, they've got Bernardo Silva, they've got Diaz, they've got Diego Dallo, they've got
Cancelo.
the team. Yeah, they Cancelo. They've got this. If I could put more than 3 people into my fantasy league with Portugal players, I would. Unfortunately, I can't.
They have Pepe. Pepe. How can you forget Pepe?
And they've got
The
Pedro.
man is 39. The man is 39, and he's still fit as a 20-year-old. Runs like a horse and literally fights for every loose ball. How admirable! I'm not saying this just because he was a Real Madrid legend. I'm just saying this because this guy is still hacking it at 39. He needs to be talked about more.
Fair enough. And that is the end of that. We will quickly move on to our predictions game. We did
Lord
give,
have mercy.
give the idea of picking a World Cup team that picking the champions, the Golden Boot winner, and the surprise package for the tournament. I'll start with you, Andreas, if you want to.
Yeah. So firstly, we need to talk about last rounds because we.
Yeah, we'll do that after. We'll do that after. We're doing this bit first. Don't worry, I know what's going on.
So what was it? Winner,
Golden Boot winner, and surprise package.
Argentina is winning. That's my prediction. Can you write it down, Harry?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Argentina is winning up. You can decide, Abu, should I go with Denmark or Argentina? No, I'm going with Argentina. And for Golden Boot,
Have you guys seen that GIF, Didier Drogba GIF, after the match against Barcelona, where he was like, "This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace." That's what I'm trying to say. It's a disgrace. Neither of them.
you're very biased towards your Argentina hate. No, Argentina's winning. Golden Boot. I'm going with Kane. I think Kane is getting Golden Boot. And surprise. I assume that's a surprise team that you don't expect to go far.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denmark. I think it's Denmark versus Argentina in the final. Just start hating me, guys. Start hating me. It's okay. I understand. Yeah, that's my that's
Okay.
my.
Abu, your winner, Golden Boot winner, and a prize package.
Real Madrid, Karim Benzema. Oh, sorry, it's World Cup. Portugal, best scorer Joao Felix, Golden Boot winner Joao Felix, and the biggest surprise. Sorry, Warren, but I'm going to take this one from you, Morocco.
No, that's fine. That's fine with me. I'm gonna go a completely different route.
Give me a second. Just hold on. What was your surprise? Who's your surprise package, Abu?
Morocco.
Morocco. Okay.
Only because I said something about. Okay.
Warren.
Oh my god, this is difficult. But even though I picked Portugal, I'm gonna go a different route here. I'm going to say, I think Brazil is gonna win. Okay, Golden Boot. Please don't hate me.
Vinicius Junior.
Mbappe.
Oh no.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
And
Fair enough.
surprise underdog package, United States of America.
I was gonna. I was. For a minute, I thought you said Manchester United because you're like United.
I thought you were saying that as well.
United States, USA, Stars and Stripes.
Okay, I'm gonna say Brazil for the winners as well. Golden Boot. It's a tough one, but I will go with.
Vinicius Junior.
Shush.
I'm gonna go.
Oh my god.
You already said Mbappe. You already said Joao Felix, Abu. So
No, I'm suggesting for you.
I'll go with Vinny Junior then, just for Abu's sake. Seeing it's his birthday. And then
I would have
surprise
gone with
package.
Neymar Jr.
Why are you so nice, Harry? We don't like this. This is not
Shut
fun.
up. He's nice. Let him be.
No,
I've
Golden
never seen
Boot winner, I will go with. I'm gonna go with. It's a tough one.
It is difficult.
Just don't choose Denmark. They're gonna be fourth place.
France having no Benzema as well. It's a tricky one.
Neymar
I'll go-
Jr. Tunisia.
Yeah, I'll just go Vinny. I'll go Vinny. I was thinking that anyway. So, and then surprise package. I do have to go for
Lying.
Denmark. I do think Denmark will do well.
Surprise package should be Tunisia.
Don't see that.
We will look back on the last couple of weeks. We did do a mini league of our predictions, and the results
goodness.
were Andreas 2 points, me 1 point, Warren and Richard tied for 0.
Yes.
We decided that the winner would decide which of the bottom two would do the punishment, and they would also create the punishment.
Wait, when was this decided?
Andreas, you have to decide between Warren and Richard to do the next.
Yeah.
To do the punishment and to tell us what that will be.
Yeah. So between Warren and Richard is getting the punishment.
Oh, thank
That's
God.
the most fun. And he has to do 15 push-ups on a video. So yeah, we will find out how he will make that and when we will show it. But yeah, that's his punishment. So yeah, going forward, that's what's going to happen. If there's a clear winner and a time in loser, the winner chooses who is losing. And if there's a clear loser and a clear winner, the winner chooses the punishment. Yeah, Warren.
Just an FYI, the only reason I got the 0 was because I didn't have predictions in for this
Yeah,
round
you
because I wasn't available. So
Yeah, but
let's
I
just
sent-
make that clear.
Yeah, but I sent you that, Warren, and you probably didn't
I
see
was
it.
not, I was at the function and I didn't have signal at all. So there was no guarantee that I
No,
was going to
it's-
be able to see that on time. I
it's
told
okay.
y'all I wasn't going to be on.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I sent it to you after that, but you didn't see it, and it's okay. Richard lost, and that's what it's going to be. So yeah, no worries there. Which that's going to be really fun. I don't even know if he can make 5, so I'm really interested to see him make 15 push-ups. So yeah,
The man. What are you saying? The man could literally beat Thanos with his pinky.
what the fuck? Okay, so
Yeah, I'm just
You ready?
uploading these fixtures for the first round of games for, to keep us going till Tuesday.
And also, this is going to be going for the entire group stage. So the 3 rounds will be added together. So it's first after the 3 rounds that whoever has the most points is winning, and whoever has the least gets the punishment. So it's not just round 1; it's all 3 group stage rounds added together. So yeah.
Are we doing predictions up until the next show, or are we doing the whole first round?
We are only doing round 1, so only first round, and then round 2.
Are we doing the whole of the first round, or just up until Tuesday?
Up until Tuesday. Because it won't count if it goes further.
Doing predictions each
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
It's going to be confusing if we do even if.
Let's do that. Okay, you want me to start?
I'm just putting in the fixtures now. Give me a second.
Okay.
Not sure what time we're doing the podcast Tuesday, so I will just put in all the fixtures up on Tuesday as well. 2 seconds, nearly done. Australia. Okay, and the fixtures should scroll across the bottom now. There we go. So we have Qatar against Ecuador, England, Iran, Senegal, Netherlands, USA, Wales, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Denmark, Tunisia, Mexico, Poland, and France versus Australia. So same deal as always. We'll come to you first, Abu. Pick 2 predictions as to what you think will happen. Seeing as you have to go.
I'm going to take Denmark versus Tunisia. Tunisia are going to win in my head, but for the sake of predictions, I'm going to say Denmark are going to win. With Qatar and Ecuador, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to say Qatar are going to win 1-0.
Denmark to win, and what was the other one?
Qatar versus Ecuador, and Qatar to win 1-0 against Ecuador.
Okay, so Denmark to win and Qatar to win 1-0.
Okay. We wanna discuss points now, or do that at the end?
We can do it. We'll do it now.
Okay.
Denmark to win, I think 1 point. I think that's pretty.
Yeah, Denmark winning.
1 point.
Yeah, agree. Yeah,
And
Denmark
then
is
Qatar to beat Ecuador 1-0, 3.
Yeah, can you cool with that, Rowan? 3 points for that.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Warren, do you want to make your predictions?
Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. Let's see. I'm gonna say France will beat Australia. That should probably be a 1. And then I'm going to say, for a bold prediction, Iran will beat England 2-1.
So you're saying specific result or just match, or just win the match? You can,
I think Iran is winning against England. That's my bold prediction.
Okay. So just them winning or a specific result?
They will win. I'm not gonna dig
Yeah.
myself that
That's
hole.
3 points enough. That's 3 points in itself. So yeah. 4 points overall. 3 points for that and 1 for the first. You agree, Harry?
Okay.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Okay. But you look like you are falling asleep.
He is asleep.
Sorry, you guys are breaking up.
Okay, so yeah,
Yes.
France. What did we say? France to win 1 point and Iran to beat England.
Yes.
3.
3. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
you can make yours, Andreas.
Yeah. Denmark is winning with at least 2 goals.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mexico beats Poland.
Okay, Denmark to win about at least 2. I think that's definitely a 1-pointer.
Really?
Yeah.
Two goals with at least. Okay.
It's 1 point.
Okay.
1 pointer.
Okay.
We'll give Mexico 3.
Mexico versus Poland.
Up to you guys.
Yeah, Mexico versus Poland.
I would give it a 2, but okay.
It's up to you. What do you think? 1 or 2? 1 or 3?
Oh, you can't say 2?
No,
Okay.
not.
I guess a 3.
Okay. I
I
will
don't think
then
it's that
say
difficult.
England to win by 5 or more. No, 4 or more against Iran.
Okay.
Okay. Look at that boo. He looks like he's gonna say.
And I will say Messi to score versus Saudi Arabia.
Messi is 1 point, I would say. You agree, Warren?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, Messi is 1 point. I mean, it's Messi. He's Messi.
Yeah. And England, I think that's a 3. I think it's
That's
okay.
yeah. My jaw dropped.
Yeah, same.
Really? You don't think England will win that comfortably to win by 4
No.
or more?
5 goals. Are you kidding me?
That's 4. I've changed it to 4.
Yeah, he changed it to 4, but I still think it's a lot. I still
I
think
think with Karen Southgate. I don't think this is happening.
Fair enough.
You
Yeah.
put too much trust in that guy.
All right, then that is our lot for today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you tuned in, thank you, everybody, for coming today. And we'd like to wish Abu happy birthday once more.
Yes, happy
Even though
birthday. Even though it's again the 90s already over there.
birthday now at his time, but anyway. We'll be back on Tuesday with a review of the first round of World Cup fixtures. Please like and subscribe below.
It's not my
Thank you for
birthday, but we
watching.
still
We'll see you
enjoyed
Tuesday.
it. Before we leave, I'm just saying,